Hello and welcome back or welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Thank you for tuning in. Please like the video as you're coming in the room and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed and share this video on your favorite social media. All right, y'all. So hold on. Okay. So, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. So there's a lot of ghetto ratchet shenanigans. What is this child doing? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I had to get her situated. Okay, do y'all remember a long time ago when I was telling y'all that it's so dangerous to be in a situation where you're actually inviting aggressive people to come and confront you and going back and forth with uh unscrupulous individuals? Um, you can't come out of those situations unscathed, is what I'll say. And for the current shenanigans and the ghetto-ness that's happening on all sides, I really don't know who to believe when everybody is like involved is so toxic and negative and ghetto. I really don't know what is what. But what I do know is that it's all ghetto. Just ghetto. And I realized that pretty early on, although I feel like I was hanging around one space a little longer than I probably should have, because I had to think about this too. Like, well, why did I think that sometimes when people kind of demonstrate a little bit of intellect or maybe some poignant points, or maybe is a bit entertaining, you might be willing to want to overlook a lot of things when they have really bad behavior. But the behavior just gets too bad, where for me it's insufferable, and I definitely wouldn't want to be associated with it. I wouldn't want to be associated with it, and I definitely wouldn't want to be giving any of my money to it because it's just too ghetto and negative. And then when there's people associated with people who always have ghetto ratchet fallouts around them, I have to look at that person sideways. Like, well, why are you willing to overlook this person's behavior? And maybe it's because of, well, in this particular format, we're talking about YouTube. Maybe it's about clicks and views. But for me, I think there has to be a balance between clicks and views and principle and morality, code of conduct. You shouldn't be willing to totally throw away code of conduct for clicks and views, I don't think. And I've watched this person do it. I saw the strategy. I've actually peeped the strategy, especially when you speak out about the dangers of certain types of guys living a double life where they don't want to be honest about their sexuality. They don't want to be honest about their sexuality and they live a double life and things of that nature. And we know that that's dangerous for Black women. But then you will align yourself with people like that when the time is convenient. Um, Yeah, um that's questionable. For clicks and views, for viewership, for subscribers. I don't know. Like I think that you should I guess everybody has a price, right? Everybody's dignity has a price, but that price to me is too low. You raise your price. You should raise your price. It's too low. Somebody like a Tasha K, I'm not gonna go out of my way to speak negatively about Tasha K because my channel is not a I don't spend a lot of time talking negatively about Black women, but I could never get behind somebody like a Tasha K. She has behaved poorly towards dark-skinned Black women. Okay, this has nothing to do with Cardi B. Tasha K has hurt Black women with her behavior. I'm not going to dedicate a lot of my time and resources into people have already done, dissected her, followed her story, followed the case, and they've shared their story about the damage that she has done in their life. But I was around some of these creators when she was damaging them, trying to dox them and trying to hurt their business, trying to hurt their livelihoods, speaking negatively about their children and their families. So, I'm not going to endorse someone like Atasha K. I'm not going to spend a lot of time disparaging her, but also I would not endorse her either. I wouldn't want to be associated with her, because of her behavior. I don't think it's the best representation of, for Black women. I don't think she's a good representation. So that makes me question people, like when I see them making certain alliances and stuff like that. I have to question, I thought maybe you can be smart, but necessarily may not have um, the strongest moral compass, or maybe have the strongest set of principles, or maybe your set of principles are just very different from mine. That's fine, but I do take those types of things into account. And then I think that if you constantly put yourself in confrontational situations, you invite you invite struggle bandits to call in and confront you, and then you're mad when they become obsessed with you, or that they want to expose you, or that and you're going back and forth, and they're making a video about you and you're making a video about them, and they're making a video, and it's going back and forth. you know I'm not condoning bad behavior, but I just don't think it's wise to call negative people to you, because you may be thinking that it's for entertainment purposes, like, oh, well, this is just for, ratings or for people to tune in, but you have to live your real life. And a lot of these people are mentally unstable and stuff like that. What if they become fixated with you? I don't even respond to struggle bandits, and when I've had to block them out of my inbox, they'll just be spamming me and stuff. And I know good and well if I would respond and go back and forth, it would just be worse. It would just get worse. And I most certainly am not going to put myself in a situation where I'm inviting people to confront me, rather it be online or in person. And I think that if you have that kind of energy, and what we're seeing play out is when you have that kind of energy on you, then the all roads lead to chaos. All those roads lead to confrontation and drama. I've seen a few people not invite drama and still get people get fixated on them and can try to leak into their personal lives and cause problems. But it can be neutralized a lot faster. The situation can be remedied faster when you don't invite it into your life. And definitely, not getting involved with unscrupulous behavior and scams and shenanigans because, when you do your business above board and something goes awry, you have legal mechanisms to make yourself whole again. Whether it be through courts or Better Business Bureau or with arbitration or with, seeking refunds through your banking institutions or whatever. You have a recourse when you're doing legitimate business above board. You don't have to handle things on social media when it's done above board. But if you're doing scammy, weird stuff, then you don't have any legal recourse because you cannot have law enforcement try to get something back that was illegal in the first place. You know what I mean? Yes, smoke mommy, I wish I was making it up, but I am so not making it up. This is just watching so much ghetto ratchetness transpire over these internet streets in this internet life. And at this point, Black woman empowerment is not a brand I really want to be associated with. I'm about to make up a new brand, okay? I don't want to be associated with that brand because it seems to be very ghetto at this point. I don't want to be associated with Black woman empowerment. There is a certain uh sector of it that has just really gone off the deep end. And it's not, and we talked about this. I did another video on ghetto ratchet shenanigans. It's not even just the current parties, falling out, but it is other other people too. It's been other creators too who just the behavior is just really appalling. It's so repulsive. It's so unbecoming of women to behave like this, and it baffles me for the people who are calling in and co-signing the behavior. They're calling in, oh, I agree with you, and I guess, maybe because people don't have a lot going on in their life, or excuse me, I don't know what, but it's like, one minute they're riding with this person and then they're riding with the other person and they're just kind of egging on things and fueling things along the way. And I just wonder about what is the collective intellect of Americans? What is the intellect level of Americans that you would be so easily swayable, you know? Um, your own acknowledgement. Like, I don't know. It just it worries me. Maybe it's just public schools or something, but it makes me I don't feel bad that my subscribers are the number that they are because I'm definitely don't appeal to that low intellect people. I'm not trying to do that. And so maybe there are few, maybe there are a few critically thinking, critical, women because the masses, y'all, disappointed. It's eye-opening. You live in your little bubble and then you realize you're like, wow, it's like people really doing this. And then aligning yourself with people who have called you all kinds of names. But if you ladies will recall, I did a video many moons ago about narcissists clashing. I did a video on that, and basically the moral of the story was basically that two wrongs don't make a right. Was basically what I was saying. And sometimes, when narcissists clash, information is revealed about both parties or all the parties involved, and some of it may be true and some of it may be false. But it definitely doesn't, one narcissist exposing the other doesn't absolve either one of them. It doesn't make you a good person from exposing someone or supposedly exposing them or, calling them out. But I think I'm slow to attribute those, I'm slow to attribute that label to women. And I noticed during this whole thing that where my blind spots are when it comes to narcissistic women, or women who are on the cluster B spectrum, I definitely have blind spots. But you can tell when someone has the objective to just hurt someone, like it's not even about anything other than just making the person feel pain and hurting them, that gives you a good clue that the person's very narcissistic. It's not even just about being self-centered or self-serving, because I really don't have a problem with women being self-serving as long as you're not hurting anyone. I actually encourage women to be self-serving. But there's a difference between being self-serving and putting up a concerted effort to hurt someone. That's next level. That's next level, and I've literally never even done that. I've put up efforts to stop someone from hurting me, but I've never put forth a concerted effort to hurt anyone in my life. I don't get any pleasure from hurting others. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm not saying that I've never been hurtful. Maybe something I've said or done has been hurtful, or you maybe not even like something that I've said, but I'm not going to put forth a campaign and galvanize my energy and come up with a plan to hurt someone. I'm not about to do that. And I have to really, like, if I see someone doing that, tisk tisk, that is really bad behavior. Turk says, I think the best thing to do is to ignore people who seem to enjoy drama. Many people don't have a lot going on in their life. I have to say, I watch some of these content creators for entertainment. Yeah, I definitely think it's for entertainment. Yeah, it's all so ghetto, on all sides, on so many sides. And it's really sullied the brand of Black women empowerment, and it never was supposed to be about the types of things that are happening. It wasn't supposed to be about that. This is, yeah, yeah, it's, oof. I don't want to be associated with that stuff. And people who I thought that I could respect their intellect, I have to look at their associations. It's making me question their character. Birds of a feather. It's making me question their character. Like, why is this the company that you keep? And if this is the company that you keep, does that tells me something about you, which makes me question a lot of things. And I was thinking of doing a few videos, you know, kind of linking over to certain people. And I thank Goddess that I did not do it. I thank Goddess that I did not do it because I would not want that association. No way. I would not want to be associated with that. And also for me, like, um, I said something critical about it. Hold on. What happened? A lot of things happen. Hee hee. Hey, Latrice. Hey, everybody that's in the room. Please do like the video as you come in. This my child is doing a fake cry right now. It's not even real. It's not even real. Okay, hey y'all, thanks for holding. But yeah, I think for the ladies over here at least, I think we can definitely steer clear of some of these environments as a way to stay safe and to have a peace of mind. And I literally have been thinking about branding because I don't want to be branded with Black woman empowerment at this point. I don't want to be associated with that brand. Nope, I sure don't. I think we can do better. Maybe when we talk about the age of Aquarius and things being revealed, maybe it goes both ways. Maybe it goes all ways. Maybe it's not just, male pathology. Maybe it is, other elements that should be revealed as well. And now we can see. Because I do think I'll be making excuses for people sometimes. I'm just like, that doesn't look right. Okay, I don't really, that doesn't make any sense. Or, oh, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But okay, but maybe you really, maybe you're a smart person and you're doing something good. But it's like, no, sometimes if it doesn't make sense, it really doesn't make sense. Maybe sometimes it is, what you don't think. But I do think I do extend a lot of grace to women, and I really want to see the best, and I want to overlook a lot of stuff. Oh, I know what I was about to tell y'all. When there was another kerfuffle, a while ago. Oh yeah, it was associated with Polite, coming out with um being arrested and stuff like that. And I had said something about a struggle bandit that was related to a content creator or the associated with a content creator. And she knew that I said something about that struggle bandit, and it's kind of like, oh, that kind of sealed my fate. But hey, I really don't backtrack. I really do feel what I said. I mean what I said about that struggle bandit, and I haven't changed. So I know that the excuse making that we have, or that some Black women have for them, it runs really deep. And even if they are supposedly immersed in what they call Black woman empowerment content, that doesn't absolve from all, you know, association with bandits. It doesn't, not necessarily. Because they will say in one ear that, oh, men who are live a double life are a problem. And then when it suits them, they will utilize men who did live a double life. You know, they will totally do it. What is this little, what I'm trying to think of? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in a different sector, that's not the Black woman empowerment sector, there was a different sector, and there was a woman who thought she was gonna rope me into some, shenanigans. Girl, listen, these people that and I didn't let her know, but I let her know with my actions. She goes back and forth with people online, like, they make videos about each other, and, um and they do all that kinda stuff, and she thought she was gonna do that to me? Baby, I will put you on ice, okay? Cause I don't care. You make way more YouTube videos than I do. Ma'am, I'm going to show you better than I could ever tell you that I don't care. I really don't care. She was sending someone to a struggle bandit who was stalking me in my Instagram, who had advocated for, he advocated he said that basically you couldn't get HIV from women or something like that, or, that it's impossible, and a bunch of other degenerate stuff. And I was like, "Hey, did you know that the person that you are linking to has said these things? And do you understand that Black women have the highest rising rates of HIV due to these males? Do you understand that this is a problem as far as Black women are concerned? And we're doing our best to try to educate young women about agency of their bodies and um, reproductive health, encouraging Black women to have a relationship with a gynecologist and get regular checkups and know their status. Do you know that there are women who are diligently working on these issues while you are linking to someone who is telling males that they cannot get HIV from women, which is completely erroneous and dangerous information? And this person just went on this whole tirade about something unrelated, and I could just see that the marbles were not all there. And the thing about the marbles not all being all there is not necessarily education problem. Because sometimes people are off their rocker and they're highly educated. They're highly educated and they're credentialed, but they are off the rocker. Okay, there's some screws missing, something is going on. I could not put my finger on it. And I've been out of the mix for over 6 months at this point in time. Because I said what I had to say and I saw that it was a moot point. Y'all are on some other stuff. I'm not gonna I'm not the going back and forth type of person. So I'm out. And then I get this weird email about enemies and enemies and this and that. Was like, I didn't respond to it. I either deleted it or archived it. I don't remember, but I did not respond because I just think that the responding and the going back and forth, it just makes everything bigger and worse. Because one thing that I do know is that about those types of personality type people, they don't have a bottom. Like, they don't have a going too far. Like, they don't have a any limits on where they're willing to go and on what they're willing to do. They don't really have limits. So when you're a regular person who operates within the bounds, you really don't stand a chance against someone with no limits as to what evil they're willing to do. I mean, I would have to, it would be so out of sorts for me to engage in that way because it's not natural to me. It is not my natural state of being is to be so ruthless and deviant and evil. They don't have a limit. So when I see someone just doesn't really have a limit, and I've seen them be very hurtful and spiteful and vengeful towards others, I would just assume that the person has the capability to do that, and I would just want to steer clear of that. And just try to steer clear of all that energy. Just try to stay clear of that. Just I would expect if you show me a pattern of behavior, I would expect and predict that you will continue down that path. And I wouldn't see myself as some type of special exception. Oh, well, I'm the special one then. They won't do it to me. No, yeah, they eventually will, actually. Actually, they will. Daisy says, I've eliminated all forms of drama from my life by the age of 27. And as a woman in my 30s, I could never imagine in YouTube drama. I fully embrace peacefulness. Some call it boring, but I love it. Yeah, I do think that some people probably think our life is boring. They probably think that we're not exciting. There's no controversy, there's no beefing. And yeah, some people may think that's boring, but I call it peace. If they call it boring, I call it peace. And just from a safety perspective, it's not even just about boring or drama or not, but sometimes it just gets dangerous. And if you really understand the psychology of these guys the way you say you do, if you did, you wouldn't be engaging with them the way you do. You know what I mean? You wouldn't engage. You would handle them like, how would you handle any wild animal? Like very carefully. You wouldn't just be running up and puffing out your chest and bucking up and stuff like that because you would know the nature of things. You would understand what they're capable of. And I've said this all the time. I think that Black women underestimate them. They underestimate them. And then when things happen, they say it came out of nowhere. Like, oh my God, out of nowhere, he just off the whole family. He off the whole family out of nowhere. No, no. It's usually behaviors and ideologies and mentality that lead up to the way that they react and the way that they carry themselves, the way that they act. It usually um there's signs. You know what I mean? And so if we know them the way we say we do, then you should expect the worst. You should expect the worst. Or rather be prepared for the worst. Try to avoid the worst because you know what they're capable of. And they feel perfectly fine with it. I was trying to find my video that I recorded a long time ago where I had told y'all that I told you the government was going to start scanning social media of these incels, of these guys that are committing these acts of violence. I said that maybe close to a year ago. I have a couple videos actually with me talking about that because I knew it was coming down the pipeline. Because the thing about this, the thing about why they commit the violence and do the things that they feel perfectly good about it. Like they feel entitled and good about what they're doing, and it's a well thought out thing. It's not like they do something and they feel bad about it, and no, they only feel bad that they got caught. That's it. But they don't feel bad about what they're doing. They feel like it's their duty, or it's kind of hard to explain, but there's a whole ideology that justifies their violence. You know what I mean? They have a philosophy that justifies their behavior. So the behavior is not living in a vacuum with random bandits lashing out here and there. No, there's an entire uh, worldview and philosophy and social network, and that all entitle them to their behavior in their minds. which is why it's so pointless for, I think, I don't know why Black women engage with them in the way that they do, trying to convince them and shame them and create these PowerPoint presentations about, doing better when they really feel very confident and righteous about their behavior. Their religion also supports it. The religion also supports it, you know, from Christianity on down, but definitely, you know, Israelites and certain the way that they interpret Islam, it all supports their behavior. So they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Only thing that's going to stop them is the law. That's it. The law. Nothing else. They're only afraid of being arrested. That's it. But other than that, there's nothing like internally inside of them stopping them from doing more than what they're doing. So just relating that back to the shenanigans online, ex- they there's a pattern that has been established. And at some point in time, you have to look at people continuously keep falling out with people. Like, why are you always in a social media war? You always in some mess. Always. Why? You can't pop, and I'm not saying right or wrong or wrong or right or all wrong, all right, black and white. I do think that there's nuance, but I do think that at some point in time, when we want to talk about personal accountability, at some point in time, you have to be accountable for your affiliations. You have to be accountable for your behavior. You have to be accountable for the company that you keep. You have to be accountable for entering into these feuds, because it's like you want to get into the pig pen, but you only want to sling mud a certain type of way. But you want to get into the pig pen. But you want to control how the mud is slung and how it's done. No, when you get in the pig pen, it's gonna go down however way it do. You see what I'm saying? When you get into the pig pen, it is laissez-faire. It is going to go down however way it do. It's gonna do what it do. But you have to accept the responsibility that you willingly climbed into the pig pen. You wanted to sling mud, you wanted to talk shit, you wanted to slang this and hurl insults, and you want to get down, you want to get dirty, you want to sling mud, and then now, oh well, now it's too much. Oh well, this is just too far. What do you expect? I mean, if you're going to get into the pig pen, expect for it to be really dirty, really dirty, really dirty. And so, as a free thinking Black woman, I have to look at my damn self and I have to look at myself in the mirror and I have to ask myself, why am I sitting up, even if I'm just observing somebody that's constantly in a pig pen? What does it say about me? Like, I have to clean up my own list, okay? I have to clean up my own list because I don't even want to be watching someone who's constantly in the pig pen, constantly hurling insults at this one, that one, and the third, cussing people out and cursing every other word and calling people out their name. And it's just too much. It's just really ghetto. I don't have any friends like that in my real life. I don't have no, I got some ghetto family members, but, you know, not even that ghetto. Like, not that ghetto. I have, little dash of ghetto, little dash of country, but not that bad. But for the friends that I willingly pursue to be a friend with, like the people who I have curated in my life, the people who I actually pick, I'm not trying to hang out with nobody like that. Like, and the crazy thing is like the kettle calling the teapot pot black. You sitting up here saying this person is low class and this and that, and you doing the same thing that y'all doing the same thing. Girl, bye. Well, where can you take? You can't even take you. Where you gonna go? You can't go nowhere. No, well, I wouldn't. If I wouldn't invite you to brunch, I would not invite you to high tea. What you cussing people out the way you do? I wouldn't invite you to a high tea. I wouldn't invite you to brunch. I wouldn't want to, And I think that with this particular type of content, that's very relatable. A lot of it, it's not necessarily that we are, they're not like tutorials, like how to do this, how to fix your car, how to do your hair, how to do your makeup, da 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 da. A lot of the things in this space are conversational, their opinion. And it's almost as though you're going out to drinks with your girlfriends and y'all are shooting the shit, or you're going to tea, you're going to brunch with your girlfriends, or y'all are hanging out by the pool and we're just talking about life and, you know, our worldview on things. And so it's very conversational related. And so that is literally, how I like to pick my content creators. Do I want to go to brunch with this woman? Do I want, would I invite her to a party? Would I invite her, you know, if I met her at an event, would I want to give her my card and stay in contact? Or would I be scared? Some of these women, I'm like, I don't know, I'm scared of you, girl. You are scary. Or like you just pop off and start cussing people out at the drop of a dime. You cannot compose yourself at all. You just cuss this one out, that one out, and the third one. Everybody's jealous. Like, I don't know. You got to have everybody believe that you got a unicorn. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That should have been my number one clue. Oh, we don't have no moderators in here. So I think this is a bot. I think all the moderators are gone. Let me get this person out of here. I already blocked this person before. Did all their comments go away? Because I'm not on my secondary device. Because I keep blocking and it seems like it keeps coming up. Okay, it says an error. Um, okay. Okay, I hope all their comments deleted. Yeah, that bot came in on a different name before and they were blocked, but I guess they came up with a different username. And they came back to try to cause chaos and confusion, but no gracias. It's all, intellectual conversation over here. Girlfriends just, talking and, chilling among ourselves. This is no space for chaos and confusion. So we just block and we move on. Yay. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know that, Turks, Jazz. And you see me, I see you. That's a cute username. Um, but yeah, I think that should have been, a red flag. But sometimes when I really like certain things about people, I try to will myself into believing them or like just, overlooking certain things. Because, I definitely want people to extend grace to me. And if you don't like everything about me, that maybe there might be something that you like that could still be of value, so you stick around. Um, but I think everyone has their threshold for what they're willing to tolerate. Everybody has their threshold of what's too much, what's enough, what's over the top. And so, that is to be respected. And it is what it is. Like I feel no ways about um like I'm not on here to win a popularity contest. Obviously y'all can tell I'm like so infrequent. I'm a hobby YouTuber. So, oh, Sunny says she's getting a petty. Hey girl, that's what's up. My birthday is coming up and I was thinking about going to get a mani petty myself or try to do a spa day or maybe travel. I don't know. I need to talk to my guy. I'm going to talk to my main guy tonight. He's on a work trip, but I'm going to ask him, well, ask, but I'm really telling. I'm really telling. I'm telling him that I want to go on a trip for my birthday. I want to go on a trip for my birthday. Okay, let me give y'all a little side note. A little side note is he had got me some furniture and he got me some furniture talking about some happy birthday. Keep in mind it's not my birthday. My birthday is coming up. It's not my birthday yet. He was like, "Well, happy birthday." I was like, "This is not my birthday present." I told him just like that. I was like, "Thank you for the gift, but this is not my birthday present. Okay? This is a happy Tuesday present, but this is not my birthday. Okay? This is not my birthday present. So don't even try it, sir. Don't even try it." And he was like, "Oh, okay." He got it together really fast. He got it together really fast because you don't just give me, if I ask you for something and you give it to me, you don't be like happy birthday. No. You giving it to me because you just giving it to me. But I'm gonna let you know what I want for my birthday. Thank you, Daisy. My birthday is coming up. I'll probably have a little birthday celebration on the channel. Why not? I'll probably have a birthday celebration on the channel. We can hang out and talk about birthday stuff. But yeah, the ghetto-ness and the ratchetness and the poor decorum and everything that has transpired over the past couple of days has made me want to disassociate from the Black woman empowerment brand. If it were a brand, I don't want to be associated with it. So I've been racking my mind. I have an idea. I have some ideas percolating in my mind for a better brand, a different brand, a brand that I can feel proud to be associated with. Because I do believe that there are some of us who can do better. And I think that those who can set a good example, those who can, have good leadership, they really can set the tone because, everything at the top or the people who have a lot of influence, if you have good character, it does trickle down. If you have good principles, it trickles down, it trickles out. When you have a code of conduct, it trickles down, it goes out, and you can have an influence. Obviously, we are very sort of disjointed, everyone kind of doing their own thing. There's really no cohesive movement. It's not like we have a set of shared, explicitly stated vision, goal, and mission, but we are loosely affiliated with one another and had been using the brand, the cross channel brand of Black women empowerment. But I just think at this point, Black women empowerment is quite sullied. I think it's quite sullied. I don't know if it's redeemable at this point, or maybe those who want to continue with the negative ghetto behavior, maybe they can keep Black woman empowerment, and then women who want to um, set a different tone, who want to operate under different um, under a different code, maybe they can use a different brand. Oh, Sunny, are you talking about on my birthday celebration? Do you want me to talk about the journey to becoming an entrepreneur or just a video in general? You see me, I see you. I do believe I do some self-help. I have a little bit of everything on this channel. I do offer commentary um on certain issues. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I do some self-help, and I think I want to get back to some of that. That's what I was saying. I think I want to start another channel for some of my I do like pointing certain things out to Black women about bandit behavior because I think it's very helpful at some times. And so and I like calling them out sometimes, but I think I'm going to move that to a different channel because some women on here are really truly divested and they really just don't care. They really don't care and they don't need that commentary. They don't want to hear it. So I may move that to a different channel that'll just be that kind of commentary where I can talk about those things. Um, and then I can kind of get back to my level up over here with dating and getting resources. I'm definitely feeling called to focus a lot on resources, and it seemed to be resonating with a lot of women. A lot of women are discovering the channel and they're going back like a year and a half ago or a year ago and listening to old videos because I'm getting notifications on videos, old videos. And so I am seeing that women are liking the feedback on the dating advice and getting resources and that kind of a thing. So we'll see. We'll see how things flow and go. But what I do know is that um, we will not be engaging in ghetto shenanigans over here. Okay. Oh, okay. When I was talking about creating a different brand. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have some ideas in my mind about creating a different brand that's would encompass some of the spirit of what we're trying to do, this awakening for Black women. That is not Black women empowerment. I never really was too much of a fan of that because I don't empowerment, I don't know. But I just was using it because for purposes of like semantics, like just trying to be relatable, um, like basically speaking people's language, speaking the language, helping people like get a quick understanding of what you're trying to do. So I think in that sense, it was practical to just be like, yeah, Black woman empowerment content creator. But truth be told, I think this is a lot. It's story times, it's my philosophy on dating, it's random things here and there. It's commentary every now and then on bandits. Every now and then I might have criticism about someone, but it's just not a lot. It's just not the main focus. It's just not the main focus over here. And it's definitely like, oh, exposing this person or exposing that person or anything salacious. No. I think it would be really great. I mean, we've talked, maybe that will be my birthday conversation. Maybe that might be fun. That might be a fun topic um to do like a birthday conversation about what we think our like a mission, like trying to like maybe brainstorm out some cohesion. And maybe it's best that it come from the hobby YouTubers because we're not, I'm not deriving my livelihood from YouTube. So maybe people who are deriving their livelihood from YouTube may have I'm not gonna say be compromised, but I will say that they may have other immediate needs, or they may have more immediate objectives that aren't necessarily uh, just about, putting out your ideas into the world, right? Like they're monetized and they're clicking and they're, keyword heavy and all of that. They just have different objectives. So maybe the hobby YouTubers may be in the best position to wrangle something like that, and also those who have experience with creating coalitions and um, business plans, you know? So, anyway, ladies, I want y'all to stay safe out here. Stay safe online, stay safe in your real life, continue um, loving on yourselves and pouring into yourselves, and, you know, keep your eyes open. It's okay to trust your intuition. And I think in this sense, I guess I don't really beat myself up for giving people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I can't be all seeing, all knowing. Sometimes I'm able to catch toxicity very quickly, but sometimes I'm not. I'm human. And I think I definitely didn't want to see a lot of things. And now it's just so blatantly obvious. I can't not unsee what I have seen. I cannot unhear what I have heard. I've seen it and I've heard it, and now I know that it is very ghetto and it is very ratchet, and that I don't trust it. I don't trust anything coming out of it. I don't know that it's redeemable at this point, because things have just gone too far. They've gone too far for my threshold. It's beyond what I'm willing to tolerate. It's beyond what I'm willing to endorse. It's beyond what I'm willing to get behind. It's beyond what I would be willing to support in any way. It is all ratchet on all sides. It is very ghetto. It is very on all sides. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I love the people that I follow. Okay, there are some very wise women on this platform who do not have a huge following but offer up such valuable information to Black women. Women who are busy in their lives, in their careers, and in their families, um, and always have so much to come and share with the ladies of the space. And that is where I appreciate, and that is where I will be. Okay, I will be over there with my peoples. I will be over there with my peoples, learning and growing and sharing. And I will be staying far away from the pig pens where they're slinging mud. And I invite y'all to do the same. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone that supports the channel. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so. And we'll talk soon. Peace and love.